Hello everyone, this is the InStyle Knitting Studio. In the previous lesson, we learned how to crochet a circle of single crochet stitches with chains and slip stitches. There's a link to the lesson below the video. Today, we will learn to crochet another circle of single crochet stitches, but in a spiral. That is, without any slip stitches or chains. What will we do? We will make an amigurumi ring. Alternatively, you can crochet 3 chain stitches and join them into a ring. As I mentioned, I prefer the amigurumi ring because here the center can be tightened, hiding any hole, so there won't be any gaps visible. We crochet 6 single crochet stitches into the amigurumi ring. After this, we tighten the ring. And what do we do next? Next, we can crochet in 2 ways. The first way is to close our first row with a slip stitch. That means we insert the hook into the first stitch of this row and make a slip stitch. That's it, we close the row. Next, since in this lesson we are learning to crochet in a spiral, we do not make chains to move to the next row. Instead, we will crochet the next row by inserting the hook directly into the next stitch. That is, we insert the hook into the next stitch and work. This will be our first single crochet stitch of the second row. This is the first way to close the first row. Now let me show you another way to close it. Suppose we have finished the first row. We do not make a slip stitch but go directly to the second row. We crochet the first single crochet of the second row. That is, we crochet into the first stitch of this row, not a slip stitch, but a regular single crochet, and this will be the first stitch of the second row. However, in this case, the row is not finished. It is not closed into a ring, but goes directly into the spiral. Since we will be going over spiral crochet in this lesson, I will choose this method. Although I feel closer to the first method, where our first row is closed into a ring, I think this will be better, but now I will show exactly this method. So, what did I do? Having completed 6 single crochets in the ring and pulled the yarn tight, I will insert my hook into the first stitch of this row. I am working into a single crochet. This means I have transitioned to the second row and crocheted the first single crochet of the second row. Next, we are on the second row. Right now, we have 1 stitch completed. I will place a marker in the first stitch of the second row. Next, we need to make an increase. This means we will make increases in each stitch of the first row. So, the second row should consist of 12 single crochets. The first stitch is completed and marked. I insert my hook into the same stitch and crochet the second single crochet. Next, I crochet 2 single crochets into each stitch. We are making increases. I place the marker so we can clearly see the beginning of the row. Since we do not have any chain stitches for height, we are crocheting in a spiral. I have finished. I have 12 single crochets completed. Here's my first stitch, marked with a marker. Now we are crocheting the third row. No slip stitches or chain stitches. This means we insert the hook into our first stitch of the second row and crochet. This is already our first single crochet of the third row. We have crocheted it. Now the marker. I use the marker for clarity. It is not very convenient to move it. But if it is hard to do without it and you do not want to count the rows, it is better to use it. So, I have crocheted the first single crochet of the third row and marked it. Now again we make an increase in the same stitch. 1 more single crochet. We have made an increase. This is our third row. The next loop is knitted without an increase. then again an increase, that is 2 single crochet in the previous stitch, and we will alternate 1 regular stitch, then 2 single crochets in the previous row, again 1 and then 2. We will do this until our marker. I have finished the 3rd row. I ended up with 18 stitches. Thus, at the beginning of the 3rd row, we had an increase. Accordingly, the last stitch before the marker does not have an increase. That's it. We completed the 3rd row. Now I will insert the hook into this stitch, where I marked the start of all. The 3rd row, that is, I insert the hook and make a stitch. This is now my first single crochet of the 4th row. I made it. We take out the marker and move it to the very first stitch just made. This is our beginning of the row, the first stitch of the 4th row. In this same stitch, we add 1 right away, then 2 regular. Single crochets, then again an increase, that is, 2 stitches. The stitch from the previous row, then 2 regular stitches without yarn over. We will alternate like this until the end of the row. I finished the 4th row. I ended up with 24 stitches. Again, I insert the hook into the first stitch with the marker, and I will crochet the first stitch of the 5th row. Done. We take out the marker and mark the one we just made. The first stitch, so the 5th row has already started for us. In this same stitch, we crochet another stitch, thereby making an increase, then we crochet 3 regular stitches. Then again, an increase and another 3 regular stitches. Without a chain, we will alternate 3 single crochets. With our increase until the end of the 5th row, I have finished. In the 5th row, I ended up with 30 single crochets. Now I introduce the hook into the first single crochet, where I have the marker, and I yarn over. The first single crochet of the 6th row, I take out the marker and place it. In this first single crochet I just completed, I place my first. The single crochet, the first single crochet of the 6th row is linked. I immediately make an increase here. After this, I work 4 regular single crochets. Then again we have an increase. Again, 4 regular single crochets and another increase. So we will alternate 4 regular single crochets with our increase. I have finished the 6th row. I ended up with 36 single crochets. Next, likewise, I insert the hook into the single crochet with the marker. I work the first single crochet of the 7th row and immediately place it right here. In that same single crochet, I make an increase. And then I work 5 regular single crochets, then again an increase. And I work 5 regular single crochets. This continues until the end of the row. Here I have finished the 7th row. I ended up with 42 single crochets. And in the same way, I can keep going. That is, the 8th, 9th, and further rows. It turns out here in each new row, we need to add 1 single crochet between our increases. In the 7th row, we worked 5 regular single crochets between the increases. In the 8th, we will work 6, in the 9th 7, and so on. I think the principle is clear. To finish our 7th row here so that it is complete, we insert the hook into the first stitch of our 7th row. Where our marker is, we make a slip stitch, we close it. This gives us our row, we make it complete. After this, we make a turning chain, pulling the thread. If we need to finish the knitting, we cut our thread. We pull thread and tighten the loop. That's it. We have a circle that was knitted in a spiral. It turns out that the connection stitches are not visible here. The circle looks quite nice. Increases can be made differently than we did now. In the previous lesson, we looked at 2 ways to make increases. You can come up with your own method. A more original one might even be better. Right now we considered a way where the increase was made at the beginning of each row accordingly. We had an increase over an increase 6 times around here. As a result, it turned out not quite a circle, but rather a polygon, one could even say. There are moments when this is practically invisible and will do. That is, when sewing such parts with something else, these corners are not visible. So this method can be used for knitting a circle. But to make the circle more even, increases should not be made this way, but rather somehow distributed. That is, so that there is no increase over an increase. But please take a look at the previous lesson, where we discussed another method for making increases. There, the circle turns out to be more even. The knitting principle will be the same, just again, without lifting stitches. And right away, like we just knitted, we go directly to the next row and knit without connecting stitches and lifting stitches. Here are 2 samples for comparison. This sample we knitted today in a spiral with increases. Using this method we got such corners. In this case, increases were also made in the same way. That is, an increase over an increase also formed such corners. But this variant was knitted in a circle with connecting stitches and lifting stitches. I knitted 7 rows in both samples. To be able to compare, it turns out here. Perhaps the color here does not very well convey the place of the connection. But, for example, I can see this stripe very clearly. Maybe if you knit more it will be more visible. But from experience, I can say it is visible even this way. With the help of connecting columns and lifting loops, this stripe is visible. If you do not hide it, it will be more visible. Still, if this detail is somewhere in a visible place, knit in a spiral. The advantage here is that the connection point is not visible and the circle turns out beautifully like this. Choose the method that is comfortable for you, experiment. I think you understood what this lesson was about. Thank you for watching. If my lesson was helpful to you, give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.